Hello, welcome back to our new training session. I am Akshay Medekar and you are watching my YouTube channel Akshay Medekar Blogs. I hope you are safe and taking care of yourself and your family. In today's session, we are going to learn on 7 quality control tools. We are going to see what are the 7 quality control tools, how we can use it, and also we are going to see some example of each and every quality control tools. So before starting off this session, my humble request to all of you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel Akshay Medekar Blogs. So let's begin, guys. Seven quality control tools. Why we use it? It is a systematic and scientific method to solve the problems. It is used to solve 90% of shop floor problems very easily. So we'll see what are the 7 quality control tools. Flowchart, check sheet, cause and effect diagram, Pareto chart, control charts, histograms, scatter diagrams. So these are the 7 quality control tools. Now we'll see each tool one by one with an example. So we'll start with the flowchart. So it is a graphical representation that illustrates the sequence of operation to be performed to get desired result. It is a visual representation tool for sequence of operation. So it represents the workflow or processes in very simple manner. The flowchart can be used in any field to break down the complex processes in a way that is easy to understand. So it is a tool to show the complex processes to the team and the management how we are going to use that processes that we can use show by these flowcharts. So we'll see an example. So we will see the one short example how we can represent the flowchart. So start. So we are starting the operations. So next step, look for a lost item. So we are lost some items. We need to look for it. So the second operation is look for the item. And now, did you find it? Yes or no? If no, then again look for the lost item. If yes, then stop. So it's very simple. Start, look for an lost item. If you found it, no, then again look for it. If yes, and then stop. Actually, there is some rule to define that. Oval shape. It always used for beginning or ending of the program. Now you can see for start and for stop, we are using this oval shape. This shape we are used to making use for decision making. Yes or no? We are using it for decision making where we need to make a decision. This symbol we need to use there. This diagram we can use there. Rectangle. It is an use for the set of operation. So where we are not giving a decision, it is a just process. So we need to use rectangle. So here is my question for you guys. Which complex process you are going to illustrate or you are going to show with the help of this flowchart? Let me know in the comment box. I am waiting for your answer. So the next quality control tool is a check sheet. Check sheet is a structure prepared form for correcting and analyze the data. The purpose of check sheet is to summarize the data and tally the count of event occurrence. Check sheet counts the number of occurrence of the event such as defects and non-conformance. So in an example or in simple form, check sheet we can use in the to capture real-time data. So what is real-time data? So it is generally used to capture the data while on the shop floor where data is being generated at a location where data is generated. So where data is generated on the shop floor, on any place where data we need to capture through check sheet, that we can use the check sheet. For that we can use the check sheet. So we'll see an example how we can capture the data. So you can see we are here capturing defects 1 2 3 4 5 6, whatever are the defects. If you are working in the casting industry, if you are working in the sheet metal industry, or you are working on the assembly lines, so you need to capture what are the defects on the line. You need to categorize that defects 1 2 3 4 5 6, whatever, how many number you have. And I will mainly capture it on the month basis, January, February. You can capture it on daily basis, and then you can generate a master sheet that shows on the monthly basis. So if you can see, there are, if you see an example, the defects one in the January we occurs 3 times, where in the April it occurs 6 times. If you check till July, the repeatability, or you can say the defects occurrence, is 20. So 20 times these defects we are occurring till month of July. So you can see also defect 3 21 times, and total defects till July we have 100 in numbers. So according to that, you can have some data to analyze the defects, and then you can take corrective and preventive action to reduce that defects, and so you can improve the process like that. So we'll check the next quality control tools, cause and effect diagram. Cause and effect diagram, also known as fishbone and Ishikawa diagram, shows many possible cause of problems. A fishbone diagram's cause sub-cause are usually grouped into 6 main groups: measurement, materials, man, machine, method, and environments. So we'll see how we can categorize that 6 groups. So it is a fishbone diagram. Why it is called a fishbone diagram? Because it looks like a fish. So because of that we are calling it a fishbone diagram. So you need to write. We'll see. You need to write the issue description. What issue you need to capture through fishbone diagram? You need to write issue description in a detail. So for that issue, you need to capture all the affecting factor for this: man, machine, material, measurement, method, environment. So you need to capture all the details regarding for that affecting issue. You need to capture through in here at the red line. So you need to capture all, write down all the details. So from that you can find an root cause why this issue is being generated. So you can work on it, and then it is possible to reduce that defects in a future. So we'll see the next quality control tool is a Pareto chart. It is most widely used in quality department. So we'll see. It is a graph that shows the order of largest number of occurrence by item or class by classes, and the sum and cumulative sum total. The Pareto helps us to prioritize where we can get more benefits by applying fewer efforts. It communicates the principle of 80-20. So we'll see what is that 80-20 principle. We'll see an example quickly. So if you can check, we have some defects 1 to 7. We have frequency. So defects 1 is occurring at 100%, 100 frequency. So 100 times it occurs. Defect 2 occurs 70 times, 50, 40, 20, and 10, 10. So this is the occurrence of that defects at a frequency this is occurring. So from that we need to calculate the cumulative frequency. How we can calculate? So 100 here. So now how it is 170 is coming here. So is equal to 100 plus 20, 70. So 170. 170 plus 50, 220. So 220 plus 40, 260. So we need to get that data 300, and we should match 300 and 300. Now we need to calculate the cumulative frequency percentage. How we can calculate? 100 divided by 300 into 100. So we need 33.33%. So till 100 we need to calculate. After calculation, through Excel we can generate this Pareto chart. So what this Pareto chart says. So you can see the first three problems, the first three defects, defect 1, 2, 3 are contributing to 73% growth. So we can target these three defects, defects 1, defects 2, defects 3. These are more occurring defects, and that's why our quality is in the trouble. So we need to target these defects. So what are these? Is the number of occurrence, how many times it occurs. These are the category of the defects. The category of the defect, what are the defects we need to capture on this x-axis. So these are the ranking bar in the descending order. So we need to also arrange this data in the descending order. So largest number on the top coming to the smallest number, and this is the cumulative percentage curve. Did you get it? So this 20% problem, we are mostly we need to capture it because it is impacting 80% of the problem. So for 20 we have 80, and for 80 that's 20%. Did you get it? Now we'll move to the next quality control tools, is a control chart. It also most widely used in the production line. The control chart is a graph used to study how the process changes over the time. Data are plotted in a time order. A control chart always has a center line for an average, an upper line for upper control limit, and a lower line for lower control limit. Now we'll see how we can use the control chart. So we have some values. We have values 9, 8. We are getting from the shaft value. So our specification is 9 plus minus 5. So we can get upper specification limit is 14, lower specification limit 4. So we are getting this value, shaft OD we can consider. So we are getting this shaft OD in the shift. So we check 11 shaft and we are getting this 11 values. So we need to check how many are in the within the limit, that is in the upper control and lower control limit, or what are the data are falling below lower control limit and falling above upper control limit. So we are going to plot this data with the graph. So now just see, we are graph here. So we can see is the upper control limit, center line, and lower control limit. So we have 9 plus minus 5. So it's 4 and 14. So we can see the 15 number is falling, not falling in within the specification. So what is the 6 number part? The 6 number part is not as per the specification. So we can directly reject it. So this is the how the graph we can show in the control chart. So the sixth tool is the histogram. Histogram visualizes the distribution of data over a continuous interval or certain time period. Each bar in the histogram represents the tabulated frequency at each an interval or a bin. Histogram is the best frequency distribution tool. So what is the frequency distribution? Through histogram, you can able to see our data is the normally distributed, it is screwed or many mode. So in screw also it right screwed, left screwed. So we'll see an example. So these are the data from A to Z. These are the values we can get from that data. So limit frequency, so we need to capture the frequency. So for the limit 0, how many times the value is repeating. For 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, till 14 we captured how many times the date value is repeating. So through that value we are capture we plot and graph. So you can see this graph is the right screw it. If it is if it plot was like that, so it is the normally distributed, and if it is plot like that, so it is a left screwed. So it is a right screwed graph we generated through this value. So we'll see the next quality control tool is a scatter diagram. Scatter diagram are the convenient mathematical tools to study correlation between two random variables. It is a best validation tool. So we'll see what is the example of scatter diagram. So we can see the bonus and the product sold. So we can see if 200 product we can sold, we are getting 1000 rupees bonus. So we'll see how can we generate the scatter plot through this diagram. So you can see now the product sold and through the bonus. So it is on x-axis it is the bonus, and y-axis it is showing the product sold. So we are generating a linear type scatter diagram through this data. So you can easily see that. You can also add the line to the graph, so you can get how we are getting the linear type. Okay, I hope you clearly understand all the 7 quality control tools. Now there are 2 questions from my side. Which tool you are using daily in your industry? Please let me know in the comment box, and also which tool you are going to use in future after seeing this video. Please let me know in the comment box. And one more question is, which tool you need to see in the detail, that also let me know in the comment box, so I can make the video in the detail how we can plot the graph, how can we take the data, that also I will make through an video. So let me know in the comment box. I'm waiting for your comments in the box. So thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you like that, you like this video. Please hit the like button and share within your team members, your relatives, your friends, so everyone can learn this quality control tools in the details in a quick, and they can also start using this in their day-to-day lives. And don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, Akshay Medical Blogs. So thank you guys. Thank you very much.